The woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, ending explained. Now that's a mouthful. And what a different yet interesting show this was. With an ending that really did take me by surprise, I think let's get into it. Here is the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, ending explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. So in the final episode, we're shown so many revelations, it's almost hard to keep up with. We see Buell be accused in Anna's mind of him being the murderer of Lisa, as it's found out that he is living upstairs in her house. And we see this by him going across the street to Neil's house. Whilst all of this is going on, we find out that Anna's therapist is in fact her ex-partner Douglas. And this is something that was never hinted at throughout the entirety of the show, so it did take me by surprise. As well as that, it's also revealed that Buell was one of Douglas's first patients and did have a lot wrong with him in the past, as he murdered his whole family, contributing to the weight of the accusations in Anna's mind. As we see Buell going over to the house, we see Anna go to chase after him only to have her fear facing her head on, which is her fear of the rain. She manages to force her way across the road until she gets to the house and sadly sees Buell lying on the floor, looking like he's unfortunately about to die with a gaping wound. Once we've seen this, we hear a scream from the other room, which sounds like it's coming from Emma. And then we realize that Neil has also been killed, and Emma is standing there with a knife and was the murderer all along. Not only the murderer of Lisa, but as she starts to confess and speak, she reveals all that she's done in the past. The murder of Lisa, the murder of her mother for getting pregnant without asking if she wanted a sibling, murdering her father Neil that evening, and also the murder of her teacher on the field trip when she fell off of the lighthouse because she called Emma crazy. I was baffled when this happened, but it was plausible in the sense when watching due to the fact that she was tied to all of the characters, and it made logical sense as the connection was there. We saw how Emma framed Anna by taking her paint blade when she went round and asked if she wanted to buy any chocolates, so there was logic behind the framing that happened. We then embark on this immense yet crazy battle between a 40-year-old woman and a 9-year-old girl, and although a lot was at stake, it was quite comedic at points, just because of the pure concept. Once the final battle happened and Emma got killed by Anna, Douglas came in just at the right point, catching that glimpse, and that's it. We cut to Anna in the hospital, and one by one she gets visited by 3 different guests, the detective, Douglas, and Carol. And they all say the same thing, and we get the same response from Anna. We get, "How are you feeling?" with a response from Anna saying, "Like I was hit by a Mack truck driven by a 9-year-old. Then we get them say to Anna that they owe her an apology. The same scene plays out with 3 different characters in the space of a few minutes. After this happens, we see Anna recovered at an art gallery where one of her paintings is sold. And who had bought it? Douglas. We're then given the moment and revelation where it's revealed that Douglas wasn't actually seeing anybody else. The lady he was with was in fact somebody he was working with. We see the pair step outside and the rain falls down. But now Anna is no longer scared of the rain and she dances around before kissing Douglas. It's now a romantic scene rather than a scene of terror and horror because of the fear. After this, we cut to 1 year later and it looks as though Douglas and Anna are together. They have a newborn baby, and Anna is on a plane to go and visit her friend who moved to New York. This is when we get given the final twist in the show. We see a lady arrive and claim that Anna is in her seat, which is 2A. Once Anna moves, after having her vodka and tablets, she has a blackout. She goes to the bathroom and sees the woman murdered. After calling out for the cabin crew, they open the door and there is nobody in the bathroom. And it turns out that there was in fact no woman at all sat in 2A for the duration of the flight, until Anna manages to dig out of the chair the mirror that the mysterious lady was looking at when she claimed that she was in her seat. We're given the final words from Anna, "Bingo," after she looks into the mirror, and then the show finishes. I think this is symbolizing the deterioration of Anna's condition and a path back down the route that we saw throughout the entirety of the show. Anna had a blackout, something that was common throughout season 1, and whenever she had a blackout, bad things would happen. The woman must have been on the plane, even for boarding, because the mirror is what connects the 2 things together. She may have even left once Anna blacked out, as we don't know how long she was awake for. I find it hard to believe that she was murdered on the plane and the body just disappeared in the space of a few seconds. But I think it's left up to us as the audience to make that judgment call. I think it symbolizes the fine line between reality and the thoughts that go on in our minds. And we see this visualized through the representation of Anna and everything that she sees. The mirror that we see her holding at the end may not even be real in our world, but it's something that she is seeing. Either way, if there is a season 2, I think it most definitely sets it up in the best way possible. What did you think of this show? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.